Jeff Bezos is a visionary entrepreneur and the founder of Amazon, revolutionizing e-commerce and digital technology while becoming one of the world's wealthiest individuals. Here are 50 quotes attributed to Jeff Bezos. A brand for a company is like a reputation for a person. You earn reputation by trying to do hard things well. Your margin is my opportunity. The common question that gets asked in business is, why? That's a good question, but an equally valid question is, why not? If you never want to be criticized, for goodness sake, don't do anything new. If you're not stubborn, you'll give up on experiments too soon. And if you're not flexible, you'll pound your head against the wall and you won't see a different solution to a problem you're trying to solve. What we need to do is always lean into the future. When the world changes around you and when it changes against you, what used to be a tailwind is now a headwind. You have to lean into that and figure out what to do because complaining isn't a strategy. You can have a job, or you can have a career, or you can have a calling. And the best thing is to have a calling. If you double the number of experiments you do per year, you're going to double your inventiveness. I believe you have to be willing to be misunderstood if you're going to innovate. In the end, we are our choices. Build yourself a great story. Life's too short to hang out with people who aren't resourceful. Invention is not disruptive. Only customer adoption is disruptive. What we're really focused on is thinking long-term, putting the customer at the center of our universe, and inventing. I like to be counted on. I think frugality drives innovation, just like other constraints do. One of the only ways to get out of a tight box is to invent your way out. We can't be in survival mode. We have to be in growth mode. If you're competitor-focused, you have to wait until there is a competitor doing something. Being customer-focused allows you to be more pioneering. The best customer service is if the customer doesn't need to call you, doesn't need to talk to you. It just works. The balance of power is shifting toward consumers and away from companies. The right way to respond to this if you are a company is to put the vast majority of your energy, attention, and dollars into building a great product or service and put a smaller amount into shouting about it. I'd rather interview 50 people and not hire anyone than hire the wrong person. I strongly believe that missionaries make better products. They care more. For a missionary, it's not just about the business. There has to be a business, and the business has to make sense. But that's not why you do it. You do it because you have something meaningful that motivates you. The best way to predict the future is to invent it. If you're not being misunderstood some of the time, you're not progressing. Your critics are your friends. The most important single thing is to focus obsessively on the customer. Our goal is to be the world's most customer-centric company. One of the huge mistakes people make is that they try to force an interest on themselves. You don't choose your passions choose you. I think there are two kinds of companies, those that work to try to charge more and those that work to charge less. We will be the second. The human brain is an incredible pattern-matching machine. If you decide that you're going to do only the things you know are going to work, you're going to leave a lot of opportunity on the table. If you don't understand the details of your business, you are going to fail. What we want to be is something completely new. There is no physical analog for what Amazon.com is becoming. We innovate by starting with the customer and working backward. That becomes the touchstone for how we invent. The killer app that got the world ready for appliances was the light bulb. So the light bulb is what wired the world. And they weren't thinking about appliances when they wired the world. They were really thinking about, they weren't putting electricity into the home. They were putting lighting into the home. In the old world, you devoted 30% of your time to building a great service and 70% of your time to shouting about it. In the new world, that inverts. There are two ways to extend a business. Take inventory of what you're good at and extend out from your skills, or determine what your customers need and work backward, even if it requires learning new skills. Kindle is an example of working backward. All businesses need to be young forever. If your customer base ages with you, you're Woolworths. Our culture is friendly and intense, but if push comes to shove, we'll settle for intense. One of the things we don't do very well at Amazon is a Me Too product offering. So if you look at in categories like mobile phones and tablets, fashion, we could have Me Too'd our way through the last decade, but we stayed focused on things that we could be very differentiated on. I'd rather have regretted trying and failing than not trying at all. I think if you're on the fence, if you're hesitating, that's an interesting moment. It means that you don't have a yes, and the absence of a yes is the same as a no. The great thing about fact-based decisions is that they overrule the hierarchy. You don't choose your passions choose you. The smartest people are constantly revising their understanding, reconsidering a problem they thought they'd already solved. They're open to new points of view, new information, new ideas, contradictions, and challenges to their own way of thinking. I'm skeptical of any mission that has advertisers at its centerpiece. Cultures aren't so much planned as they evolve from that early set of people. What we're doing at Amazon, not only in retail but also on the Kindle and Amazon Web Services, is we're building heavy-duty technologies in layers. We don't mind if it takes 7 to 10 years to pay off. If you double the number of experiments you do per year, you're going to double your inventiveness. There will always be serendipity involved in discovery.